Right, good morning. Monday morning here, 19th of February. We've had a very busy weekend of calving. We've currently got 3 calves. There's one there and there's 2 the other side of that wall that have calved in the last 6 hours or so. We've just tagged up 11 over the weekend. That's one of them. Very vocal. Yes. Very vocal. So we're about to go for the marathon move down to the other shed because we've got no room up here at the moment. So these guys are all in there with their calves. This cow here, normally we keep her isolated. She's a TB risk cow. She keeps coming back as an IR and then going clear and then IR, whatever. So she's going to go somewhere else. She's actually going to go behind this wall into the isolation pen. And then this cow here is the one that had a dead calf, and she's fostered that little one down there, that twin. So she's doing really well. The other twin's in here somewhere. That little one down there with this mother. John's just having a scrape up. We're going to move him out here. Knock it over.
Clean up this car.
Oh! If you've heard the expression trying to herd cats, I'm guessing this is where it come from. Now we did set all this up earlier, so we could just move him out here. Can't blame the shepherd today because he's not here, but the vice shepherd. Andy Jones, you pesky man. There must be some rule that if you drive the shepherd's vehicle, you have to open gates and not close them.
Or close gates and not open them.
Yeah, whatever way around.
Whichever way's more annoying.
Yeah. Ah, look, an open gate. I must close it instantly. Well, I'll get him out in here, hopefully. Oh, go up, help.
Oh, thank you. Eye contact.
Oh! There was a bit there, wasn't it? Oh. Right, phase 1 complete. They are contained for the moment. So whilst they're in there, we should have 2 calves in here. There's one of them. And one next door. We're going to get them into here in a minute so that when Phil comes and beds up, he's not blowing straw on new calves. The hot stepper. So you're going to chase her in there, that's fine, you go in there.
Have another go.
Right, it's 2 out of 2. One of each in there, that's a bull calf, that's a heifer calf. Now we've got 1 to get out of that pen as well.
Well, no, I use the non-pointy part. Let it restart to get that. If he worked as hard going in the right direction, we'd be sorted. Very good? Do you want to take him up there, mate, and I'll let it go? Have you all dipped?
Right, we've moved all the... So, it's some sort of drilling machine they've got. They're actually working out over there. But, I mean, you can see how wet it is. And they're just stuck. So, we'll see what they want us to do here. Right, successfully got them out. But, we made a bit of a mess, as you can see. There's no way it was staying there. There's a Ford Ranger on road tyres. I think I'll probably have to come back tomorrow and get their trailer out for them as well. There you are, something a bit different, isn't it? Right, back to feeding some cows or something. Something a bit more productive than pulling out trucks anyway. Got a little bit of feeding to do a minute, and then I'm going to try and continue on with this old job here. Big old girl. So I just want to clean off the back of this header and get it all so I can grease up anything that needs greasing. Just get it nice and clean because I don't really want it sat there like that. I've washed off the front as much as I want to. I'm pretty sure I'm nearly done with this. There's the old bit of stuff that needs digging out of there in the corners or whatever of the feed rollers. Yeah, again, same in here. Problem is if you get it wet like I have and then don't put some oil on it or something, it will start to rust. Exactly like this, so I need to spray it all up before too long. I might even run the machine up, just to make sure there's nothing hiding in the guts of it anyway. If there is, it will soon eject itself. All the knives look to be all right. I mean, I said it so many times on the other video, I'm not a forager mechanic. I've not ever had the training. There's all this stuff in here, look. I know that's not actually interfering with anything. Not entirely sure what actually needs doing between seasons, but John's got a mate that runs one of these, so he's going to come and just put an eye over it. And of course, Mason's Kings look after us as well. It had a big service last year. Because we do so few hours with it, we're not actually going to give it a service this year, so it's just going to sort of look over it. So yeah, I'll do some feeding, and then we'll fart around with this possibly. Or we might take a trip out to get some filters from local supply. We've got a new air filter for the 6.6 because that one's broken. And we're going to take a list of all the hydraulic filters and get them. It's one of those odd job days. Just had something happen to the wagon that has never happened since I've worked here. So I've been here 4 years now nearly, and I've used this wagon a lot, and it has never ever broken a shear bolt on the power shaft. I was just feeding out the sheep, the bale that was in there. There was about 100 kilos left in there, and it just went bing. So whether it hit a tough bit or something, I don't know. But now I've got to change the power shaft bolt. Of course, I don't know what end it's on. I would assume it's this end. Perhaps I need to get in there and take that off and have a look. Gloved up for this one. Yeah, there we have it. There, look. Broken. Now I've got to find a shear bolt that size. We did used to keep some on the machine. There's somewhere that you can hang them. Oh, over there. Ah, and there is one there. I'm going to have a look in the workshop for another one of these. There is one spare one on the machine, but I don't know how long it's been there. It looks fairly rusty, so I'll have a look for some new ones first. Right, I found myself a new bolt eventually. I couldn't find any, and then John's just gone off to parts place to pick up some stuff. So I rang him to say, can you grab some? And as I rang him, I spotted them. So we've got, it's a 17mm head shear bolt, which I think makes it a 10mm shaft. But the ones we had don't have locking nuts, so I've nicked a locking nut from somewhere else. Right, I think I'm right in saying the head goes on the inside. Right, now to be everyone's favourite person, cover the tools in grease. Lefty loosey. Right, new shear bolt installed. Now just to get it back on the shaft. That'll be the hard of it. Why is it these plastic guards never bend the way you want them to? We're in. Why is that so stiff? Try and get me leg over. Hear the click, cover your watch in grease. All steps of changing a power shaft shear bolt. Put the chain back on.
You can ask me to play a radio station or ask for your music in a different app.
Now Siri's getting involved. Should be good to go, chaps. Well, that was 10 minutes I could have done without spending on that. Got another bale to mix up for some sheep. Then I've got a mix to do for the cows. What I had planned for this afternoon of doing some stuff with a forager, my time is dwindling for doing that, so this is always the way. Put the tools back. Don't want to be that person that gets moaned at for not putting the tools back. Right, let's go try and do some more feeding. We are back up and running. there's a bale chopping in there, and the bales take a little while to chop up, so whilst that's doing that for 5 minutes or so, I'm just going to wash the back of this off as best I can. I might grab off what I can grab off first and then give it a wash off, because I want to take this up to the workshop and stuff grease in all the points that I can, in case any water's got in it. It's been sat outside for a few minutes. Same with that, so I think I'll do that in a minute. Right, I think that'll do. I'll go and feed out that, do another mix, and then perhaps we'll take all of this up the top. I really don't know where time goes. Like, I just feel like we just finished tagging calves, and it's already 4:10. I know we have done some other stuff in between. And like today, Fencer's done all the bedding and scraping, so I haven't had to do any of that. Oh, madness. Anyway, I'm going to take this up the top by the shed and let it mix for a little bit longer. I don't know if you can see, Phil's had a right old scrape up today with our bucket brush, so the yard is now spotless, other than the bit of hay where I've spilt loading the wagon. But yeah, I'm going to take this up the top, let it mix for a bit longer, and then we'll feed it. The last thing we do before we go home, I'll get the key for that beast and take it up the top. Right, to cut a long story short, I haven't got time to do anything with the forager, but what I will do instead is take you for a quick walk around the calving pen before we end the video. We're getting back through this silage. At some point in that silage pit, we're going to meet the face that was left from last year, which will be very interesting, so I'll make sure I show you that when that happens. Another thing, which you can see very visually here, is the quadrant bales of wheat straw have nearly run out, which is a blessing, because they are, I mean, it's really nice loose straw, it's just rubbish for bedding up with, it is crap. And we got these really nice barley bales to go out soon, so once we've cleared that face, I think there's another half a face behind that lot, you can see there's a few up there, and then we're on these big taller barley bales, which are the same size as these. Because as you've seen in a few of the past videos, we're double stacking quadrants in the straw chopper at the minute, whereas we would normally just be using one of those barley bales. So, you know, I know the quadrants are smaller, but they don't go anywhere near as far, and the wheat straw is just so brittle, does not keep anything clean. But anyway, let's go for a bit of a walk around the calving pens, and I'll show you what's calved today. So these are the guys that I've just fed. As you can see, there's a load on the floor. That's because they decide to put their heads underneath it and chuck it out as I'm feeding. These guys are just on straight grass silage, because it's a slightly better diet for the heifers, because they're still growing a little bit. And also the fresh ones that have calved. We're thinning out the heifers, there's not many of them left to calve. Possibly tomorrow we'll have a bit of a shifty round in the shed and make up another pen for fresh calved animals to go into. But anyway, this morning we had 4 cows and calves in here, and we had this entire run here full as well. So we had, what did we have, 10, was it 10? Yeah, 10 cows and their calves to be tagged up. We did all that tagging this morning, and then in a combination of, like, I don't know, from midnight onwards last night and today, we've had these guys calved. So there's another 4 here. So another 4 cows and their calves, which is great. They're all up and running around. They've all had a nice good suck of colostrum. John was saying earlier he cannot remember calving being this sort of rapid before. And it's brilliant. We want it like this, because the sooner the cows have calved, the sooner they clean up, the longer they have before they see the bull in May. So these guys are just happy feeding. There's a few here lied down. Be interesting to see if we have any more calve overnight. If it carries on like it has been, I'm sure we will do. This cow here is a bit of a prick. Well, she's certainly being very mothery like, I should say. So definitely won't be going in the pen with her. We'll have to be very careful when we get her calf out tomorrow morning to tag. I don't know what everyone else does. We tend to leave them, so say they calve today, we'll leave them till tomorrow to tag them. We just let them get that bonding before upsetting them by putting tags through their ears or whatever. Look at that cow, she's a right misery. Beating up the calf next to her. I know some people will take the calf when it's wet and put the ear tags in, and some people leave them a little bit longer. You need to change your attitude. Yeah, look at this. I'm not coming in there, am I? Yeah. Do not like that behaviour. Anyway, I'm gonna go in and just see John, make sure we know who's coming in tonight to check on the cows. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you'd like to go down to the link in the description, you can find all my other social links. You can find the links for our sponsors, Masons Kings, and also to Parry down there as well. If you haven't already, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Subscriptions are free, don't cost you a penny. You'll more than likely get notifications for when our videos come up if you are subscribed. You can turn on the notification bell as well. If you'd like to also check out Back My Place, there's a link for that down in the description as well, where myself and Abby have started our own little farming adventure in conjunction with Dr. Phil. And yeah, we'll see you guys on another video very soon. Cheerio.